Hello, everyone. My name is Teresa, and welcome back to my channel. It sounds good saying that. It's been a while, I know, but I've been working on a very wonderful project that I just completed. And I want to share the deets and details with you. So I created a threat intelligence dashboard without using any fancy tool, no fancy tool other than Google Sheets. I mean, literally everyone who has a laptop or a Google account even has access to Google Sheets. So this is the simple tool I use to create the threat intelligence dashboard. And as you can see, today is 6th October 2025 and it's 1:38. And as you can see from my dashboard, the latest vulnerability. So the dashboard, let me tell you what it's about. So this dashboard is supposed to literally populate the sheets, okay, with current vulnerabilities that have been published and discovered. So, okay, that's current CVEs that have been discovered and published. Okay, and then the third dashboard, this is how it looks like, as you can see from the screen. So you have the dates published, so you know that there's vulnerability you're dealing with is current. It also has a CV ID, a description of the CVE, the CVSS score, and severity to let you know how um how much damage it can cause, yes, or how much volatile it is when it comes to that particular vulnerability. And there's a link to help you read more about the vulnerability just in case you want to investigate further. Is that okay? So like I was saying, as you can see, the time is 1:39, 6th October PM. And as you can see here, under the date published, the first date, which I've highlighted, it's also 6th October, 9:15 a.m. So this is the latest vulnerability that has been discovered as of today, which is just less than 6 hours ago. So that's basically the function of this dashboard, okay? It's just to pull up recent vulnerabilities to help threat analysts, okay, know what they are dealing with in terms of what is new when it comes to vulnerabilities and how to better protect your systems better. Because if you come across a vulnerability, that has been discovered recently and it goes against any of your systems that you are trying to protect, then as soon as you see it, you'll be able to, act right away. Is that okay? So I'm also going to talk about how I came about creating this whole dashboard thing. So when you go your extensions and app scripts. So app script is a feature on Google Sheets that helps you to run the sheet with a particular code or any code at all. So this is the code that is running my sheets. Is that okay? I'm going to push this code on GitHub very soon, and I'm going to share the link on my LinkedIn page. So if you're not connected with me on my LinkedIn page, kindly do so. You find a link to my LinkedIn page in the bio of this channel. I also made a post about this threat intelligence dashboard on LinkedIn. I'm going to put that in the description below. So this is the code running my Excel sheet. So we're just going to take it one at a time. So this is the as you can see, this highlighter part. This is a source of my data. As you can see, so this is where the sheet is getting the data from, or this is where the code is getting the data from. So this is my source. Is that okay? And as you can see here, it's just instructions that the code or the sheet should fetch data from the data source I was talking about. And then for the second part, as you can see, import latest CVs into Sheet. So it means the latest ones that have been published, just read the very recent um ones. Is that okay? As you can see here, fetch recent feed. So the very recent ones that have been the very recent vulnerabilities that have been published or populated into the data source is what the code is going to pull up and populate the sheet with, so that it will always make sure that you are always updated with the latest. I mean, the very latest vulnerabilities that have been published. Is that okay? And then as you can see here, sort newest first by published date. So like I was saying, based on the published date, the Excel sheet is going to the Google sheet is going to populate based on the published date. So that means you're going to have the most recent, like the most very recent vulnerability being on top of your sheet. Kindly forgive me if I keep saying Excel sheets, but they basically do the same function. But this is Google Sheets we are working with at the moment. And then when you scroll down, these are the highlighted parts. Okay, so the date published, the CVID, the description, CVSS call, severity link, status, and notes are the header rows on the Google Sheets. So once the code gets the data from the data source, it will populate the Google Sheets per the header row. So okay, so you wouldn't see the dates being under the CVID because it was going to be under the date published. Is that okay? So once you go down, um, the code will also extract the CVSS score and then also the severity. Okay, knowing the CVSS score and severity of a particular vulnerability will help you as a threat analyst or even as a cybersecurity professional. It will help you to determine what resources you need to allocate to address a particular vulnerability because obviously a vulnerability with a high CVSS score and a high severity would require more resources than a vulnerability with a low CVSS score and a low severity. I hope that makes sense. It should make sense. Okay, so so this third part, okay, is a custom menu. So the code created a menu. Okay, the code I created a menu on the sheet, which I'll go back to show you. But under the menu, you're supposed to see this item, import latest CV recent feed. So instead of running the code from here, you can run the code from the sheet. So this is the menu it created. So this is the menu I'm talking about. Um, Hold on. So this is the menu, this CV I'm talking about here. So custom menu is okay. So once you click on CV tools, you see the item as seen in the code as import latest CV. So once you run it, it will start to run the script, okay, and it will start to populate the sheets, starting with the latest vulnerability, as you can see, and then it just said finish script, so it's done running. Is that okay? So this is what I've been working on. That's why I've not heard from you in a while, but this is what I've been working on, and it's live now. So I'm going to also post a link to this intelligence dashboard in the description so you can make good use of it. I know sometimes coming across latest vulnerabilities on the internet can be a little bit stressful. That's why I created this to immediately fetch a vulnerability as soon as it is published and then populate a sheet with it so that you don't have to go through the hassle and tussle of actually searching for it. This tool that I've created using Google Sheets will do exactly that for you without having to stress so much. Is that okay? Right. So thank you very much for your time. And like I said, I promise to push the code on GitHub and I'm going to post about it once I do on my LinkedIn. So once again, if you're not connected to me on LinkedIn, kindly do so using the link in the bio of this channel. Not the description of this video, but the bio of this channel. And in the description of this video, I'm going to post a link to this threat intelligence dashboard and then the LinkedIn post I made about this threat intelligence dashboard in the description. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.